Like, yeah, I remember the feeling when I saw that. Like, I didn't know. Like, my brain was like, "This is like everything cool about Spider-Man, but Ghost Rider, but Punisher." Like I just, it was like, and it felt fresh for a second. Like, it really felt like something new.
Felt like things could be better in comics, even better.
Because I wasn't into characters with capes. Like, I wasn't a big DC fan at that time, So most of my comic characters, all, like, they were Marvel characters, which predominantly don't have capes. So to me, the cape wasn't super a cool thing to me at that time, you know.
Well, he's very Dracula. Look at this imagery here. For this is a great underrated cover for issue number 2. People don't
I
care about this.
I remember when I had the first arc. Is that 1 through 4 or 1 through 5?
What do you mean? This is just number 2.
No, I'm talking the first arc of Spawn. I think I would get those covers out and I would just look at them, and that was one of my favorites. Is number 2, even though it doesn't show a lot of him, but just the layout, the crosses, his pose, the shape he's making. But at the same time, this is where Todd's gonna start. I don't know what issue it was. He just starts hiding the whole figure in a cape.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? All right, so we've got Spawn number 2 here. One of the finest comic book covers I've ever seen of this era. This makes you think that Spawn is Dracula. He's a brooding vampire. He's hanging out in a cemetery. He's got a duck. What is this here on the...
I think it's a crow. I don't know.
A crow, yeah.
That's a crow?
Yeah, it's not a very great crow head, but, I don't know. Look, maybe it's not Todd's interpretation of a crow. Maybe it's the poor artisan that made the headstones interpretation of crow. Because, those guys back then, they weren't very smart.
Is it an ice cream cone?
Could be.
It could. That does look a not. Yes.
Subliminal. Ethan draws sex, and Todd draws ice cream cones. And Felix the cat.
Hang on. Go back to that cover. But seriously, when I saw this cover, though, that's... as a kid or a teen, I was like, comic coloring is going places. I was like, this.
Yeah.
I remember.
I thought it was painted. I was like, is this thing painted? Like airbrushed? Like that's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I first saw it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what was going on then, but is this like the beginning of computer coloring in comics?
Yeah, but this is airbrushed, though. I think it is airbrushed.
Oh, real airbrush, not Photoshop airbrush?
Yeah, because, I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the texture on the tombstone here, you see that? Like, that's airbrush. That's airbrush spatter.
Oh, so young Malin was right.
You were right.
How did that work? Like, is the inks on the acetate layer? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, probably the inks are just, he printed out some inks, and then they went in here with a brush. This is paint. This is like watercolor. And then they did the red layer with watercolor, and then they hit it with airbrush. So you got this dirt in here, the airbrush. You got this effect here. You got the background, which is so clearly airbrush. It belongs on the side of a 1970s van.
Van, right?
And
wait, is that guy again? Stacey?
And Stacey, yeah.
Stacey, okay.
And then you go in with a brush and you do like some lines here.
Talking about the ice cream cone on the headstone there, he does have that ice cream cone serial killer that eventually comes in like issue 5 or 6.
Foreshadowing.
Maybe. Yeah.
Billy Kincaid.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, right? Mm-hmm. Shane, so you really like it?
The cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these were some of my favorite comics at the time. I mean, I look back and I think his Spider-Man stuff was better, but I remember as a kid getting this and I was like, rad. Like this was like fire. Like I don't. It really felt new when I saw it. Again, I wasn't a big DC Comics fan, so I wasn't used to all this cape stuff.
All right. Inside we have, finally he's doing a little work. I gotta say, like with issue 2, he does a little work. But what the hell? Am I gonna? By the way, beautiful lettering. John is a big fan of Tom Warzikowski. Let's read this just so you know what Todd's working with. And then I'll tell him if he if he begs me really nice, like I might only amputate one leg, but if he puts up a fight, I'm going to have to rip his innards out, make fillets out of his lungs, make a milkshake out of his heart, and soft boiling his eyeballs, 'cause I'm the violator. Meow. Impressive, I know. What do you think of that writing, John?
The writing I probably couldn't say much about, but the way that Orzechowski made it look interesting, I really enjoy. I like how he's just like changing the fonts up. Even there, he's just changing everything up. Like, hey, are you getting bored? Let me basically like do a spot black here, but I'm gonna pop out these butts, and I'm gonna almost make a stop sign for the "I'll stop." Like,
oh yeah, look at that.
I'm sure he did it on purpose, but like that first page, you see I am the violator first. You don't read it in order. Like your eye can't help but read that big balloon that introduces him on the first page, and then you read it's kind of weird, fucked up, like he's breaking the rules of lettering because you're reading the balloons out of order the way he lettered it.
I see. I know what you're saying. Yeah, right.
You got Peter Boyle here as Violator. Doesn't it look like him? Like, what the hell? And then he looks different on every single panel. You know, it's beautiful. And then you go, oh, I'm going to settle into this nicely, because Todd is consistently now drawing splash pages that are just amazing of Spawn. I'm happy with this. And they didn't even do anything with it. Like, look at that like blue background. This looks almost like Basic Bitch comics, you know?
Yeah,
I like that.
I like nearly flat.
Yeah. I like the cross shadow on his cape. Like, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, me too. Looks good. And then you've got a silhouette. I mean, you got a full profile shot. This is like a Shane Davis trick to get it done quicker. When you have a profile shot like this and you put panels over here, like basically what it is it's basically saying we're inside of his head now. We're thinking with him. We're seeing his thoughts. I did this with Wreck Planet.
When you draw a profile, you only have to draw one eye. Why waste time drawing two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about symmetry.
Or drawing a hand. Look at that.
Oh.
Well, that is a messed up hand.
Yeah, well, he's from hell, guys. Like,
no, that kind of looks like that Michael Bancroft hand. That looks like that Michael Bancroft hand.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's not that great. But then again, you turn the page and you get something else to look at, be impressed by right away, and then criticize later. So you got Spawn sitting here on a cross, not doing much. And you got the Violator here going, hey there. All right.
Oh,
you know what's weird about that? You know what's weird about the page you're pointing at is how dynamic his Spider-Man stuff was, and then how, I mean, there's nothing dynamic about that page. It's a nice layout, I guess, but there's
nothing's going on.
Yeah.
That page on the right looks like a Spider-Man page, and that dude looks like, what's his name?
J. Jonah
Jameson.
Yeah.
Jameson.
He's saying, open up, boss. Open the door. Let's get wild, Shane.
Yeah. Wild boys.
Wild boys.
Yeah,
Wizard the guy.
That's what he was originally going to call Wildcats, was Wild Boys.
No, he was not, was he?
It's true, yeah. Wild Boys.
That's so gay.
Probably listen to Duran.
What did CATS stand for? Covert?
Covert Action Teams.
All right. Let's get Wizard Magazine number 12. So we can see some Jim Lee shit and Shadowhawk trading card. You know what I would do with a Shadowhawk trading card?
Oh, come on.
I would trade it. That's what I would do for anything. I would trade it for anything. And I don't even care what it is. You want to spit in my face in exchange for a Shadowhawk trading card? It's a deal.
I take
Shadowhawk
it
was
you didn't like Shadowhawk.
Shadowhawk was so fucking awful, and then you're like, what? Oh, he's got AIDS. Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
And
that
he's
was
black.
his superpower.
Black
That
man
was
with
his
AIDS.
superpower.
Yeah.
That was his superpower, AIDS.
I got AIDS, and I go around breaking people's spines. It's like, what the hell? Like, Jim Valentino, what is the matter with you?
Well, I mean, at the time, wasn't AIDS like all over the news?
Yeah,
like,
it's
I mean,
really popular.
yeah, it
really
was
cool.
really hot topic.
He got AIDS from having unprotected sex with a woman.
Yeah, but look, Shadowhawk, black, AIDS. Chapel, black, AIDS.
Oh,
See
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh.
Was that a Magic Johnson thing?
Like there was a trend going on with these Image founders. Is all I'm
Magic
saying.
Johnson, black.
That's not what
AIDS.
I'm saying. I'm thinking that Shadowhawk was fucking Chapel. That's what it sounds
Oh.
like to me. The AIDS came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Shadowhawk got it from a blood transfusion, though. I think that's what they
That's
revealed.
what they all say.
I know. It's like I got pregnant from a toilet seat or whatever. It's like, what the? No, you didn't. Here is Spawn Violator grabbing Fat Hitler, and I don't know what he's doing, but he rips his heart out. That's brutal.
Oh yeah, Murray rips out Spawn's heart. Then you get that great double page spread. Maybe that's in 3.
Hey, look, it's Cyberfrog.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. How dare you, Ethan?
Oh, I liked him. It's true.
Yeah.
Night boys. Like, you look at this. This is blood spatter is fantastic, dude. Absolutely fantastic. Mm-hmm. Look how sloppy it looks. It looks like a puddle on the floor. Like he's been in it.
Yeah, we like it sloppy.
Damn. And then we cut to this again.
Yeah, but he didn't stat it this time. Now he's lazier.
When is Spawn going to get off of this cross? Spawn, when are you going to get down off your cross, pal?
Oh,
Do some work.
I do remember when I got to issue 2, I was like, this book's slowing down.
The book's slowing down. It was a freight train before, but now it's like it cuts straight into a halt.
Like,
So he works.
Stands around and broods.
Yeah, like he doesn't do much. I have the Spawn cartoon. I'm gonna go back and watch the Spawn animated series. See if it's any good.
I think they have it on Max, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on HBO Max. Yeah.
Here's Spawn with a big nose, and he's trying real hard to look human again, and he does. And he ends up looking like me when I was a kid.
Yeah, he did a Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god, I'm Caucasian.
No, not white. I'd rather be a mutilated piece of hamburger meat. Than
Yeah, I know. That
white
was like
man.
a real funny joke, Todd.
Yeah, and an attractive white man.
Yeah, I know.
No, like you're not Steve Buscemi. You turn into Brad Pitt. No.
Oh my god, what am
Yeah.
I gonna do?
Go back a page for a second. I never noticed that, but him looking at his hand there in panel 1, that's an interesting crop. Like, I doubt he thought of that on his own. I wonder, like, he came across an image like that in a magazine or something.
Wait, why do you doubt he came up with that on his own, Shane?
Why? What's so hard about it?
It's not hard. That's the thing. I just normally wouldn't think, like, I'm going to have a guy looking at his skin. I don't know. Like, the framing of his eyes there, the finger splitting the two, like, that's just a decent shot. I wouldn't have thought of it, but I'm no
Shane,
Todd McFarlane. You know.
Yeah, do you think he's retarded? Like, he's very clever. He can, of course, he thought of that. All right, so we got another boring shot of Sam and Twitch doing nothing.
Were they
Just,
in the first issue?
What's
Yeah.
that say on panel 2, Ethan?
it says, just once I'd like.
Newspaper.
Oh, it says heart attacks. Oh shit,
Yeah.
it's a warning.
We
I
are.
know
Yeah, you're reading. You chose to go through a series of books that the bad guy is accused of heart attacks.
Yeah, he could just. This could be my heart here.
I know.
You think this is you getting ready for the end, or
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, why not?
going back to your youth and pulling out the one book that dealt with heart attacks?
Yeah, like I subconsciously remembered it. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I know nobody looks at him as like a great writer or anything, but considering all the Image stuff that was coming out, at least he was developing like supporting cast for his character, you know, with like Sam and Twitch and stuff like that.
Shane, what do you think of this panel here where Spawn's eye is right down here and his other eye's up where it belongs? And you see his other eye.
It's kind of jacked. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. You can just come out and say it.
It's he wasn't perfect. I mean, wasn't he was inking himself, and
Yeah.
I don't know. He could have fixed it.
Chose not to.
Is he using his power to turn back into hamburger meat? Did that
Yeah.
actually take some power off of his thing?
Yep.
Well, at the time, we didn't understand what that counter was. Like, so it would pop up there, but nobody at the time understood that he was draining his own battery.
Oh, does Violator explain that to him?
No, I think what was it? How do you say his name?
Malabolgia.
Malabolgia tells him
okay.
at the end. Yeah, because then he built back his arm and says, "I don't want you to waste any more of your energy." So right now, I'm not giving Todd too much credit here, but I don't know if he's just trying to overexert the character to set up that for later on, like you know.
Well, Shattered Glass again.
Yep.
Spawn falls, which is the most action he's been in for about 20 pages. He falls and he passes out here. It's like a little like me on a Friday night. 2 hearts, and then Violator and Silhouettes. This page took how long to draw?
Not very long. Panel 1 would have been probably the most time spent.
It took enough time. Look at those T-shirts. They don't look like they fit anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even look real.
They're probably real. If you ordered one, they're probably pretty good.
I want that Ninja T-shirt.
Yeah, that'd be cool to wear now. Robotech 11, the Sentinels. I'd wear that. All right, so Spawn wakes up on the ground. Here is a very lovely, cutesy drawing of Violator. And now we've got this partnership here.
Oh, I love that splash there. A lot of text. A lot of text.
A lot more text. But at least it's coming from the characters. It's actual dialogue instead of just an info news dump, you know. Look at his smile here. This is so Tommy from. He got this from Art Adams, right? I mean, this is like
Mojo, the way he would draw Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob did that too.
And then kaboom! Here comes the Violator here. You get a nice daring shot of him.
Yeah.
I never liked that.
It's gonna happen.
You never liked this
down.
shot?
No, because it was like, stupid, that's the Violator behind you.
How would he know that?
Because he's stupid. You're like screaming, turn around, Spawn. See what's behind you.
Wait, isn't that what you want? You want the reader to feel that way, though.
That's a shit cliffhanger.
That's like, why are you running up the stairs and not running out of the house? Like, you want to almost, you want to engage the person in the audience a little bit.
Yeah, like, it is a shitty cliffhanger, because, like, I don't know. We don't know what Violator can do to Spawn, and who cares? What does he want to do?
I feel like I want that panel or that page to be flipped, though, the other way.
Yeah, you want to see his face.
No.
That
Like,
face
just,
have Violator on the other side?
yeah, I think it might read a little bit better if it was flipped. But.
Well, left to right.
Here we have Rick Leonardi drawing Spawn, and you're just like, yeah. Like, it's really gay. Like, I mean, it's good.
He was good on Spider-Man 2099.
He's a really good artist, but, like, you just go, I don't want anyone else drawing Spawn. Just
So,
Yeah,
Todd.
it's like what was it when Kirby was doing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
You don't really get it.
I thought Rick Leonardi was good on Spider-Man 2099, and then I bought it, and Pete Callen said something to me in the chat. He's like, you think it's good, Shane? And I went and I looked at it. and I was like, wow, this is bad.
Really?
It doesn't. I don't know. My memory tells me it was good, but I flipped through it. It's not
Yeah,
what
I
I.
liked it, but I haven't seen it in probably decades, so could be true.
This issue is a step up from issue 1, in my opinion. Big step up all around. Superior product.